Hello everyone, and welcome back to Gone Legends. In today's video, we'll be taking a moment to remember and pay tribute to American celebrities who have sadly passed away today and in recent days, along with other notable figures from around the world. Before we begin, please take a second to show your love and support by giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow and means a lot to us. Thank you. And now, let's begin.
There's a moment in every artist's life when the world feels impossibly heavy, when the music goes quiet, and the silence becomes louder than the songs. For Todd Daniel Snyder, that moment came on a cold Tennessee night, long before the sold-out shows, long before the cult following, long before he became a wandering poet of the American road. He was sitting alone, worn down by addiction, loneliness, and the belief that maybe the world didn't need another songwriter. His guitar sat beside him, silent and dusty. But then, almost like a whisper, he strummed a single chord. And something inside him cracked open. The songs began pouring out again. Wild, honest, painfully human. That night didn't save his life. But it gave him a reason to keep living it. And that became the heartbeat of Todd Snyder's story. Todd Daniel Snyder was born October 11, 1966, in Portland, Oregon. An American singer-songwriter, storyteller, folk poet, and one of the last true troubadours of his kind. He didn't become famous for radio hits or polished pop tracks. He became famous because he told the truth. Because he sang the way people lived. Raw, messy, beautiful, and real. From his earliest years, Todd drifted, between towns, between jobs, between versions of himself, searching for something bigger than the life in front of him. He found that something one night in a bar, watching Jerry Jeff Walker command a room with nothing but a guitar and a story. Todd walked out of that bar knowing exactly what he wanted to be. A storyteller. A wanderer. A truth-teller. He packed up his life, hit the road, and never really stopped moving. But Todd Snyder's story wasn't just about music, it was about struggle. He battled addiction. He battled anxiety. He battled the weight of expectations that came with sudden success after his breakout album, Songs for the Daily Planet, in 1994. The song, Talkin' Seattle Grunge Rock Blues, made him a national name, but the spotlight was harsh, and fame came with a price. There were days he didn't know if he wanted to keep going. There were nights he felt completely lost. But every time life pushed him down, the stage pulled him back up. His turning point came when he realized the world didn't need him to be perfect. It needed him to be honest. And honesty became his brand, his voice, his legacy. Over the years, Todd released album after album, Agnostic Hymns and Stoner Fables, East Nashville Skyline, The Devil You Know, each one filled with humor, heartbreak, rebellion, and unfiltered Americana truth. He became a folk hero of the modern era, a man who could turn a barstool conversation into a masterpiece. He toured relentlessly, building a devoted following, people who didn't just admire him, they felt him. Because Todd Snyder didn't perform songs. He lived them. But his life was not without tragedy. Todd faced chronic health issues. He wrestled with sobriety. He said goodbye to friends who shaped him, including the great John Prine, whose loss left a permanent ache in Todd's voice. He endured depression, loss, and the emotional cost of being a man who gave the world his heart every time he stepped onto a stage. Yet even when bruised by the world, Todd kept singing for it. Today, Todd Snyder remains very much alive, a wandering soul still carving his path through the music world. He continues creating, performing, and storytelling with the same grit and honesty that defined his earliest years. And though he lives quieter now, away from the chaos of constant touring, his influence only grows stronger. He is a mentor, a bridge between generations of songwriters, a living reminder that truth, no matter how painful, will always have an audience. And so tonight, on Gone Legends, we honor a man who isn't gone, but who has spent his life honoring the ones who are. Todd Snyder's legacy isn't measured in platinum records or chart positions. It's measured in the people he healed, the lives he lifted, the lonely souls who found comfort in his cracked open honesty. This is a tribute to a restless heart, a wandering storyteller, a poet who turned his scars into songs. To Todd Daniel Snyder, may your road stay open, your guitar stay loud, and your truth continue echoing through all the corners of the world that need it most. Imagine a young boy growing up in the segregated South, a world divided not just by geography but by the color of one's skin. A boy whose life seemed destined to be constrained by the limits others imposed upon him, yet who carried within him a quiet, unwavering spark, a spark that would one day ignite into one of the most powerful and inspiring careers in cinematic history. This is the story of Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, born Morgan Porterfield Freeman Jr. in 1937 in Memphis, Tennessee, is a man whose name has become synonymous with wisdom, gravitas, and the kind of calm authority that commands attention the moment he speaks. But Morgan Freeman's journey to legendary status was anything but easy. From the beginning, life tested him in ways that could have easily derailed his dreams. He grew up in a society where opportunities for African Americans were severely limited. His father was a barber, his mother a teacher, and though they provided for him, the world outside their home often seemed indifferent to the young boy's potential. Morgan's childhood was shaped by resilience born of necessity. At the age of 12, he left his home in Tennessee to live with his grandmother in Chicago. This separation from his parents brought its own set of challenges. He had to navigate a new city, new schools, and new rules of survival, learning early on that life was not going to hand him what he wanted, it had to be earned. As a young adult, Freeman enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, where he served as a radar technician. Military life offered structure, discipline, and a sense of purpose, but it was not enough to fulfill his yearning for creativity and expression. After his service, Freeman returned to civilian life with a sense of ambition and a dream of performing on stage. But the road ahead was long, uncertain, and full of obstacles. He faced years of rejection from casting directors who often dismissed him because of his race or appearance. There were moments when he could have given up, moments when the world seemed to say, "You do not belong here." But Morgan Freeman had learned early that persistence was more powerful than any rejection, that patience often precedes breakthrough. In the 1960s, he began performing in theater productions, steadily honing his craft. He was part of the theater arts program at Los Angeles City College, where he studied acting and began to understand the depths of his own talent. Freeman appeared in stage productions of classics like Othello and The Nigger Lovers, and each performance was a stepping stone, building the confidence and skill that would later define him. During this time, he also struggled financially, taking on odd jobs to support himself. Yet, he never lost sight of the dream that had taken root inside him as a boy in Memphis, to tell stories that mattered, stories that moved people, stories that would endure. The 1970s marked a slow but significant turning point in his career. Freeman began appearing in television shows and small film roles, earning recognition for his talent but not yet the acclaim he deserved. His breakthrough came in 1987 with the film Street Smart, a crime drama in which his portrayal of a violent pimp earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This role was pivotal, not just for the nomination, but because it showcased Freeman's ability to fully inhabit complex characters, combining menace with subtle humanity, creating a performance that lingered long after the credits rolled. From that point onward, Freeman's career skyrocketed. In 1989, he delivered a performance that would cement his place in Hollywood history, Driving Miss Daisy. His portrayal of Hoke Colburn, the dignified chauffeur, earned him widespread acclaim and further established him as an actor capable of depth, nuance, and profound empathy. Freeman's performances often feel effortless, but they are the result of meticulous preparation, a deep understanding of character, and an innate ability to connect with audiences. Yet fame did not come without its trials. Freeman faced personal struggles, including the pressures of Hollywood, public scrutiny, and the ongoing challenges of being a black actor in an industry historically dominated by white performers. He navigated these difficulties with humility and grace, often refusing to let the noise of the world distract him from his art. His performances in films such as The Shawshank Redemption, 1994, where he played the wise and patient Red, solidified his status as a cultural icon. Who could forget that voice, resonant with warmth and authority, narrating a story of hope, endurance, and redemption? Freeman became more than an actor. He became a symbol of wisdom, hope, and the power of human resilience. Over the years, he amassed a body of work that spans decades and genres, from Seven, Bruce Almighty, and $1 Million Baby, to voiceover roles in documentaries and educational programs. Freeman's voice has become one of his most recognizable tools, lending gravitas to any story, turning narration into an art form in itself. He is often called upon to narrate documentaries on subjects as varied as nature, history, and space, captivating audiences simply by reading words aloud. Throughout his career, Freeman has received countless accolades. He has won a Golden Globe, an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and has been honored with numerous Lifetime Achievement Awards. Yet, despite all of this, he remains remarkably grounded, often attributing his success to hard work, perseverance, and a love of storytelling. He is known for his humility, his generosity, and his dedication to mentoring younger actors and giving back to the community. Life has also presented personal tragedies. Freeman has faced health scares, including serious car accidents, and has endured the loss of loved ones. These challenges, however, never diminished his spirit. Instead, they strengthened his resolve, deepened his empathy, and enriched the authenticity he brings to every role. He has spoken candidly about the struggles of life, using them to inspire others and to remind us that even the most accomplished among us are not immune to hardship. Today, Morgan Freeman continues to be a towering presence in cinema. Even in his 80s, he works tirelessly, choosing roles that resonate with him and projects that challenge him creatively. His legacy is not just in the films he has made or the awards he has won, it is in the inspiration he has provided to generations of actors, filmmakers, and audiences around the world. Freeman's story reminds us that talent combined with perseverance can overcome almost any obstacle, and that patience and dedication are as vital as raw skill. Morgan Freeman is a living legend, a man whose life embodies resilience, wisdom, and grace. His journey from a young boy facing the harsh realities of segregation to one of the most respected and admired figures in Hollywood is a testament to the power of perseverance, self-belief, and the pursuit of excellence. He has not only entertained millions but has also inspired them, teaching us through his work and his life that hope, dignity, and determination are forces capable of transcending circumstance. In reflecting on Morgan Freeman's life, one cannot help but feel a profound respect for the man behind the characters. He has shown us the importance of patience, the power of a single voice to move hearts, and the enduring value of integrity in an industry often defined by superficiality. Freeman's story is one of triumph, not because he achieved fame and fortune, but because he stayed true to himself, nurtured his talent, and used it to illuminate the world in ways both subtle and extraordinary. Morgan Freeman is more than an actor. He is a mentor, a storyteller, a voice of reason, and a living testament to the idea that greatness is born not from ease, but from overcoming life's trials with courage, humility, and unwavering dedication. His legacy will endure for generations, not only in the films and roles he has created, but in the inspiration he has provided to anyone daring enough to dream. So today, we honor Morgan Freeman, a man who taught us that resilience is as important as talent, that patience can shape destiny, and that the human spirit, when nurtured with determination, can rise above even the most formidable challenges. A legend, not just for the characters he portrayed, but for the life he has lived, a life that continues to inspire, to guide, and to remind us that even in the darkest moments, greatness can be achieved.